something happening here. But what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stopped. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. What's that sound?
How is everyone doing today? It is August 4th of 2024 and thought I would jump on here and do a quick yard update. Been putting out a lot of pepper and tomato videos, haven't been doing the yard updates as much. We're getting flooded. In our area right now, we are in southwestern Utah, zone 6B, and approximate elevation is about 6,500 feet. So a lot of that stuff's super important. You may be in a warmer zone, a colder zone, lower elevation, all the different aspects of a microclimate might not pertain to you. So everything in my videos, I want to make sure that I'm always making perfectly clear. It's just for our unique scenario. I love sharing videos and stuff like that, but if I go ahead and get criticism, healthy criticism or skepticism or a little bit of that, I do know that some of the stuff that I say in my videos might not be true. It just works out better for me to kind of do a one take. What I basically do is I just turn on the camera. I had no idea what I really wanted to say in this video. I just wanted to kind of fire from the hip and do it like that. It kind of gives me the ability to speak open-mindedly and let information pour out without the feeling of, you know, if something's wrong that I say or something along those lines. So if you always kind of have a skepticism to what I say, it really helps me to make videos, to be able to just kind of speak my mind at the moment. Our area, the danger of last frost is the very end of May, and the danger of first frost for the next cold season's October 1st. So we pretty much have all of June, July, August, and September for our grow season. That's about 120, 130 days. Usually we can go past October. We're always planting a little bit early in May just to kind of protect the stuff from some of those cold snaps that happen at the end, just to kind of get the plants in the ground earlier. But generally speaking, it's those 4 months in the middle right there. It starts off a little bit cooler usually in June. July is really hot, August is really hot, and then as we go down into September, it starts to cool off a little bit again. Our issue this year is normally our Junes are sitting at about 80 to 85 degrees for the month. This year, our entire June was almost between 90 and 95, sometimes a little bit above. For peppers, they don't mind a 90, 95 degree weather. They don't really kind of start draping and getting bad when they hit 100 degrees, but they haven't really minded that weather. So we have floods of peppers. Some of them are starting to go a little bit off, so we really need to get them off and try to make videos on them. I kind of pride myself on how many unique varieties I can grow, so even if I've done a video on a type before, I'll do it again if I feel like there's something important to say, or maybe just a different point of view based on a different season. But speaking of that though, the tomatoes have had a big issue with that. The tomatoes like it around 80, 85, and having an entire June month where we were between 90 and 95, which is abnormally hot for our area. What ended up happening is we had a lot of problem with flowering and getting a lot of our tomatoes going. I do have a suspicion that the reason that the dwarf tomatoes here did so well is because they're kind of crowded and we're able to have a little more protection from the heat and such like that in shade areas and stuff. As we are on, this yard is on the north side. As the summer gets more and more and more, the sun gets higher in the sky, but it comes from basically the back side of the building direction right here. So we don't have a lot of space to grow, but we have gotten better and better at it over the seasons. Our tomato season is having an issue. So part of the tomato season issue has to do with that, I would say. The other part of our lack of flowering and stuff like that has to do with me not cleaning it out. Every season we seem to learn a bunch of different lessons. Sometimes they're new lessons, sometimes they're old lessons. Last season, as we entered into the gardening season, especially with the tomatoes and the better weather pattern in June, what ended up happening is we were super manicuring everything like we've done this is our 10th season here. We've done pretty much every season previous. About halfway through the season, we started getting overwhelmed with life issues and things going on that really needed our attention, so it pulled us away from the garden. And what ended up happening is the garden kind of went wild a little bit, and it really produced a lot. We had an excellent season based on things going wild. So this season, I was kind of thinking like, trust the process a little bit more. So the opening part of this season, we went immediately to letting it go wild a little bit. And I think that kind of, you know what I mean? I thought that, maybe I had learned my lesson and like I needed to trust the process more, but that first part of the manicuring and then letting it go wild would have really helped it as well. So a little bit of our tomato season problem is my fault. We are on halftime though, which for us means we still have 2 more months. We have 1 more month to try to fight off the heat, and another month after that to try to get things pressing. Like I was saying, the peppers are doing excellent. I probably have 5 to 7 varieties I could technically do a video on. And like I was mentioning, a lot of the videos that I'm about to do, like this one right here is the blot pepper. It's starting to get a little bit soft. I don't want my video on that to be a definitive like taste test or showcase of this plant. We just started letting this one pod go because we really wanted to save seeds, and a lot of people have grown this one a lot better. And with the taste test as well, it's going to be one that I'm more or less just going to show maybe some seed ideas and thoughts and stuff on it and everything else like that, but it wouldn't be a definitive review. So just wanted to say hi to everybody, kind of show everybody how the yard's doing. We have gotten some squash off of that one, straight neck, and then there is some starting on these ones. The back squash though, they're struggling quite a bit. And they're just more or less just kind of getting buried in here, and they grew out of line. I shouldn't have grown squash. I just kind of missed being in the ground and growing squash years ago growing up, and wanted them in the yard. I feel like the squash plant is like a big like amount of food. It's almost like underrepresented. You can go to your local farm market a lot of times if you see them at the grocery store, which is kind of odd because I haven't seen squash at the grocery store nearly like I used to. But if you see them, they're usually a cheaper food, but they're just such a big amount of food for cheap, and they're so good for you that like I feel like it's a really kind of underrepresented grow. The most of the time, the reason we do peppers and tomatoes so much is just because they do well in buckets. But just wanted to jump on here. I believe before this video I'm going to add a clip that was August 2nd We've been getting Boston pickling cucumbers. But I believe it was August 2nd. I'm going to put a video clip. We got our like first rain in the past like 3 months. Our real first rain kind of happened for about an hour or two. Just kind of flooded the yard, put a bunch of water weight on everything. I had to trim a bunch of stuff. I know it don't look like it because we're having what's basically a wild season, but UT Angel and Kiddo, I really appreciate your guys' time. Wanted to show everybody how beautiful the yard is. And kind of give a little bit of an intermission halftime video. So we're 60 days in for our garden right now. We have about 60 days guaranteed left. We always fight a couple months into October, or a couple weeks into October as much as we can, but at that point, usually by the end of October, the cold will have devastated things really badly. But really happy with where things are. Not so happy with the tomato season we're having so far. I think today I'm going to go in here and just clear a bunch of this. With us having a warm August so far and going to be a warm August, you know, I could almost take every single leaf off of every one of these plants and they're still going to get enough sunlight on the stems in order to grow. So I'm hoping to be able to push some of those off so I can get more videos for our tomato side. But UT Angel and Kiddo, it is August 4th of 2024. Wanted to show everybody the yard. Love you guys and catch you next time. Thanks for watching.